Hello and welcome to History 0114. This is part 3 of our charity fundraiser special. We're aiming to raise £100 for men's health, so if you would like to donate, the link is in the description below. You know the drill by now if you've seen the other 2 videos. And today we've come down to Attercliffe. And this is Attercliffe Common behind me. Now throughout its life, this has been a dirt track and was the main road to Rotherham. It became the industrial heartland for Sheffield, and it is now the retail Goliath what we see today. But one building around here has seen all of that. It's seen the dirt track, it's seen all the factories come and go, and it has seen all the retail parks and all the meadow halls be built and all the people flock there. And that is this building here. This is Carbrook Hall. Now originally it dates from the 1100s, but the only surviving part at the moment dates from the 1600s, but it's got a hell of a lot of history, So today we're going to go and have a little walk around, both inside and out, and see what we can find. So just on the outside here we've got a couple of plaques, and I believe this one is quite a new one. Then we have another one here which reads, Carbrook Hall was once a much larger house, this wing being added in 1620. Here lived Colonel John Bright, famed for his part in the taking of Sheffield Castle by Parliament in the Civil War. That is very true. Originally, in the 1100s, it was the Blunt family what lived here. That was later sold to the Bright family. And one of the Brights, John, as we've just mentioned, was an active parliamentarian. And during the English Civil War, he made use of this place and he held parliamentarian meetings here. So I'll just show you a photo now, and you'll see that the timber building is still attached to this wing, and I believe that was built in the 1400s, that part. Like I said, the entire site dates back to 1176. It was cleared in the 1400s and then rebuilt, and then later on this behind me was added. But you can see in the photo that it used to be significantly larger. And another photo I'd just like to show you is, I think it's from a postcard, and that's taken from around this spot here, and you can see very little has changed to the actual structure itself, just the addition of a big Starbucks logo on the front. Now during the 1800s, this place became a public house, and just behind me is the old beer garden. I do remember coming here, I believe it was the first game of the World Cup in 2010, England versus USA, if memory serves me right. And this bit of grass here was absolutely rammed full of people, and there was a big screen just at the bottom there. Now this building we've established is very historic, but it's also very haunted, reportedly. So I spoke to a few staff members who are now employed by Starbucks. Now since it's been open, they've never experienced anything directly, but there has been multiple reports of things just shifting for no reason, things falling off sides, and especially upstairs they've heard what sound like footsteps. So who knows, maybe it's John Bright who haunts this place. But this is supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in Sheffield, if not South Yorkshire. So there you have it, a very, very scary place indeed. So as we said, it was a pub from the 1800s until 2017 when it shut down. And unfortunately, there was a fire here in April 2018. I believe some petrol was poured through a window and a match was dropped through. Luckily the firefighters did get here in time to save some of the oak panelling, which we will go inside and see in a minute. But a very near miss for this very historic building. Now, as you know, these videos are for charity, and the very lovely fellas in Tiny Barbara Surf Club, which are a brand new band. It's all original written material, and I'm just going to play you a few seconds of their latest track now. All the fellas have agreed to chuck money into our charity fund, so very much appreciate it, fellas, and best of luck.
I loved you from the very start. Lucy, I didn't know you'd break my heart. Lucy, 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 when are you coming home?
So this is the front room of Carbrook Hall. There is an upstairs section which is very similar to this room here, with plaster cast ceilings and oak panelling on the walls. Unfortunately, that's the stock room for Starbucks, so it's staff only in there at the moment, so we won't be able to go up there. But they've done quite an amazing job in here. Not everybody will be happy with it. You can't please everybody, but as a Sheffielder, what has seen so much history disappear over the years, I have to give credit to Starbucks for maintaining all the original features and essentially bringing this place back to life. But the absolute level of detail here is unbelievable. This is the sort of detail you would see in a cathedral or other such buildings, but every single wall is covered in this intricately detailed oak panelling. And it doesn't end there, because if we look up to the ceiling, it's a beautiful plaster cast ceiling. And this is all original. This all dates back to the 1600s when this wing was built. It's just something you don't find with modern buildings. The effort's just not there. It's all done on the cheap or whatever's easiest. But every single inch of this place has got detail. Now, I'm sure when Starbucks first purchased this building, a lot of Sheffield folk were sceptical or even scared about what might happen to this historic building. Now, luckily it is a listed building, so you can't really just knock it down or make serious alterations without prior consent. But one of the options, what they could have done, they could have just blocked all this off, I'm sure, as long as they don't rip it out. So fair play to Starbucks, who have retained all the original features and I believe restored part of it as well after the fire in 2018. So full credit to Starbucks there. So, as we spoke about earlier, this was very active during the English Civil War, Carbrook Hall. It was John of the Bright family who used this place as a meeting place for the parliamentarians during the siege of Sheffield Castle. Now, during the English Civil War, this wing, what we're studying now, was relatively new. I think it was only built around 40 years prior to the English Civil War. So this room could well have been used by the parliamentarians for meetings. So next time you're having a coffee at Carbrook Hall, just take a minute to think that one of the most historical moments in English history could have all been planned out in here. So here in the back room we've got an original fireplace dating from the 1600s. And again, this could have been quite easily covered up by the developers when they were refurbishing this building, but they have retained it, and I think they've even spruced it up a little bit. So again, fair play. So that's us all done at Carbrook Hall. Again, I hope you enjoyed, and it is for charity. So if you can donate, the link's in the description below. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time.